ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe for more things.
2 sets of Deadpool butts. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the 2018 Deadpool Wave 1 Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. If you're trying to get these Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So what do you think of my BAF art, huh? And I appreciate you guys posting your own BAF art on the social media, hashtag BAF art. But looking at this right over here, you can see that the head comes with the X-Force Deadpool figure, the torso comes with X-23, the right leg came with Paladin, the left leg came with Cable, the right arm comes with Domino, and the left arm comes with Deathlok. So let's get this thing built. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Alright, so, got toesies in the armpits, by the way. Thumbs up for toesies in the armpits, please. Please, thumbs up for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and attach the arm right in there. Clicks in nicely. And then get the other arm and pop that right in there. And then we can get the left leg and pop that on. Pops on very easily. And then pop that right leg on right there very easily. And lastly, we'll get the head going and we have Sasquatch all built. And this is not a bad looking figure, though it's not a figure I was really looking forward to. I mean, I liked my Toy Biz Sasquatch figure just fine, and this isn't a bad looking piece, but I can't say I've been overly hyped for it, but I can't say it looks bad either. So let's get a closer look. Now to briefly talk about the history of Sasquatch while showing some images that I found online. Sasquatch, aka Dr. Walter Langowski, is a Jewish superhero, and he's a professor of both physics and biophysics, and he's also a former football player for the Green Bay Packers. He'd gained his Sasquatch abilities from trying to replicate the Hulk's powers, so he wanted to have Hulk abilities, but instead he ended up opening a portal to the realm of great beasts, and then that's how he was able to get his Sasquatch powers, and he just turns himself from human form to Sasquatch form at will. Of course, he's a key member of Alpha Flight, and amongst some other teams, like I think Omega Flight and some other ones, and he has a great healing factor, super strength, and invulnerability and agility, and he's gone toe-to-toe with many other superheroes, and I wanted to compare this figure's head sculpt to the Toy Biz figure's head sculpt, so you can see we get a screaming Sasquatch right here for the Toy Biz version, and then we have a more subtle relaxed Sasquatch for this newer one. I think both are good, and I really do like the colors that we're seeing on this newer figure right here. I also like the sculpt, so I don't really have a whole lot to complain about with this. I really do like how the hair came out on this guy. I think it looks wonderful. I really dig this a lot. Did a really good job with it. It feels like there's some paint mixed in there too, like in those creases it looks a bit darker, so I'm pleased with that. And the hair on the back right there looks really good. Very hairy Sasquatch back. Great paint job though, man. I mean, I just want to get a little further back so you can see this, but that does look really good. The shoulder and the arm. I guess this could be a little bit more consistent because it's like dark brown to light brown to dark brown again. So that does look a little bit weird. And I like how he has a really long arms. He has a fist right here. It would have been nice to have interchangeable hands with this guy. And then I wish that hinge was a different color, but then it would have looked weird on the back. So yeah, I can understand how they did that. And on this side we have a clawing hand right there. Not looking too bad. Nice wrinkles in the fingers and everything. So we get some nice details, like those fingernails, not too pointy. Again, I really like how the fur came out on this. Nice upper torso. I think that looks great. Nice fur throughout. They did a really good job sculpting the fur. The little loincloth looking piece right over here over his dinghy, or his Sasquatch. It's made out of a soft pliable material. And covering the butt right there. And looking at the legs. Look pretty good, man. I really like the hair on this. They just nailed that. I think they did a really good job. And then, of course, we get these beautiful Sasquatch does. And I know you guys were wanting to see the Sasquatch doe comparison. And yeah, so it looks like the Hasbro one. I don't know, man. We do get the painted toenails. I gotta give them credit for that. I do like how these are a little bit nastier, though. You know, these do look a bit grosser, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hasbro toes. I do like those Hasbro toes. Oh, and the figure also does come with peg holes at the bottom of the feet too. Now, going over to the Sasquatch Articulation, one thing I think is kind of interesting is that the head and the neck is all one piece right here. So you get a hinge right there in the neck, and he can look up just that much. You can't get him looking down that far. You get side-to-side motion and no head tilting. Shoulders move outward at 90 degrees, and you can move them all the way down and rotate 360. You get a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that, just not quite 90 degrees with that. You get wrist rotation, and both wrists hinge up and down. You get a decent ab crunch that moves forward, and it moves back quite a bit more so. You get a waist swivel. Hip joints move outward, which kind of feel a bit on the loose side, I gotta say. And there you go. You can see how much you can do the splits, and then he kicks forward that much, not back so much. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Then the ankles move down. They do move up just a tiny bit, and there's no side-to-side motion over there. I thought there would be because it looks like that could be a ball joint, but we only get the ankle pivot, which is not a complaint for me because I love my ankle pivot. Now, to measure out this Sasquatch Build-A-Figure, you can see that he's standing at about 8.5 inches tall. Then for your Sasquatch comparison, we have our Hasbro Build-A-Figure Sasquatch next to the Toy Biz Sasquatch. Thank you, Solid Snake. And you can see that the Toy Biz version is just a tiny bit taller. I guess his legs could be a little bit closer together to match that one. So just, you know, they're more or less the same height, but out of the two of them, just looking at them like this, I do prefer how the Hasbro one looks more so. The ball joints right there on the hips, and same thing with the shoulders, a little bit too bulky. You know, this is quite outdated now. So yeah, I am liking how this newer version looks. And then here's Sasquatch next to the Wendigo figure that was released in the Fin Fang Foom wave during what Glenn Webb coined the dark days of Marvel Legends. And this was actually a gem. At that time, this was really one of the better figures that were coming out at that time, and he actually scales pretty well with this Sasquatch figure. I'm very pleased to see that. Then to compare Sasquatch to a couple other heavy hitters, we have the Hulk, and then we have the Thing, and I cannot wait for the new Thing figure from Hasbro. Comparing him to both of these figures, I do think that the Hulk should be maybe a little bit shorter than Sasquatch, right? Am I wrong about that? But they're more or less in the same height, and I definitely hope that the new Thing figure is going to be taller, like maybe at like to the shoulder of Sasquatch, something like that, maybe even taller than that. Still shorter than the Hulk. And then comparing Sasquatch to a couple other Build-A-Figures that are about the same height, we have the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure, and then we have the STCC exclusive Abomination. And even though this is not Build-A-Figure, it was reissued as a Build-A-Figure later on, and you can see that the Sasquatch is the tallest one out of the three. I really did think that they were going to reuse parts from the Man-Thing for the Sasquatch, but nope, I was wrong. And then here's Sasquatch next to the only other two Alpha Flight figures that we have from Marvel Legends. We have Gladiator and Puck, both released from Hasbro. And yeah, this guy is a Build-A-Figure. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Hasbro, for stopping with the mini Build-A-Figures. I appreciate the larger ones very much so. Thank you. Thank you. And then here's Sasquatch compared to all the other figures from this wave. And it's not a bad wave. We have some very good figures over here. It's just that a lot of them are characters that I already have in plastic form from Marvel Legends. So not a lot of them I'm extremely excited for. But anyway, to go through my list here, starting at the bottom, the one I would least likely get is the X-Force Deadpool because I already have the Hascon version. And then above him, I would go Paladin, and then next would be Sasquatch because I'm not the biggest Sasquatch fan, but there's a spot for him on my shelf. I can, you know, use two Sasquatches. And then after him would be Deadpool, which over time I've actually gotten to like more and more, especially posing him around with Cable, as I'd mentioned in that Cable review. So yeah, that Deadpool is actually not so bad. I really like that Deathlok figure. That's a very cool Deathlok. So next is Deathlok. Domino is an essential. I had to get the next Domino figure. We needed an upgraded Domino. And then after Domino, I'm going X-23 because X-23, I love how that looks. Definitely need an X-Force X-23 in my collection. And at the very top is Cable because we've needed a new Cable for so long. I think Hasbro really delivered on that Cable figure. The other one was just way too short. The Toy Biz one, it just, I don't know. This really just fills out that spot very nicely. I'm very pleased with that Cable figure. I'm curious to know which is your favorite from bottom to top. Leave a comment letting me know in that comment section below. And then here's the new Sasquatch figure next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, no way! A real life Bigfoot! Oh, you gotta let me get a picture. Please, please. Awesome. Okay, hold still. Get me out of here! I want to thank you guys once again for watching my videos all the way through from the beginning to the end. It really does help the YouTube channel out quite a bit. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of the figure, let me know what you think of the review, let me know what you think of the whole wave. I am curious to know. And please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you have not already. This is a good looking figure, man, and I know my opinion of it would be different if I didn't already own a good Sasquatch figure. I think they're both good Sasquatch figures, but yeah, I do think this is a better looking piece. So I don't think it's a totally necessary upgrade, but it is an upgrade nonetheless. So I gotta give it a SUD rating of...
It's not too bad.
And again, I want to know what you think, so please go ahead, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, this will be up over at ShartimusPrime.net. And don't forget, we do have Legendary Collector t-shirts available, as amongst some other t-shirts over there at ShartimusPrime.net. Don't forget to follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to everything I mentioned in the description below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Later. Peace.